2018 Hyundai Kona has certainly impressed us, at least in its turbocharged, all-wheel drive form. It makes healthy power, 175 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque to hustle around town and up on ramps. It also has a playful chassis and suspension that provide responsive handling with minimal body roll. But Hyundai also offers the Kona with a naturally aspirated 2.0-liter four-cylinder making just 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. And no matter what engine you choose, if you pick a front-wheel drive Kona, it'll be saddled with the primitive torsion beam rear axle instead of the AWD's independent multi-link setup. All of this sounds like a recipe for disaster, but as it turns out, the 2.0-liter Kona is mostly as good as its force-fed iteration, just slower and cheaper. Just like the Turbo Kona, the naturally aspirated models feature the same distinct styling. It's not for everyone, though the sedator quite likes it, but you'll never mistake it for anything else. No other compact crossover fits so many creases, angles, gills and materials onto one vehicle. The naturally aspirated models, SE and SEL, do have smaller alloy wheels than the turbo versions, but the alloy wheels are a standard feature regardless. Inside, the interior is nearly identical as well, using the same plastics and most of the same colors. You will have to make do with cloth seats, but that's okay in our book because the houndstooth upholstery is way cooler than the plain black leather seats of the limited and ultimate turbo models. Ride and handling are also nearly identical to the turbo all-wheel drive Kona. The ride is on the stiff end of compliant, the steering is quick, and turn-in is eager, even though feel is lacking. There isn't much body roll, and you can carry a decent amount of speed in corners. Admittedly, the turbo feels more planted and confident in corners thanks to its rear multi-link suspension, but the non-turbo doesn't feel unsettled on a bumpy, curvy road. There's just no getting around the fact that it's noticeably slower than the Turbo Kona. Whereas the turbo engine will whisk you away fairly effortlessly on a wave of low-down torque, the naturally aspirated engine will be buzzing away at high RPM to get you moving. While we're thankful that the engine itself has a reasonably deep note and is fairly smooth, when you ask for some oomph it gets pretty loud. Passing vehicles and running up on ramps can be a bit grating. Additionally, there isn't any benefit to choosing the 2.0-liter engine over the turbo 1.6-liter unit for reasons of fuel economy. Both engines produce the same 30 miles per gallon combined DPA rating for front-wheel drive, and 27 miles per gallon combined for all-wheel drive. Since turbocharged engines tend to be less fuel efficient in real-world driving, we expect the non-turbo to have more of an edge than the numbers indicate. Even so, we wish the 2.0 offered more of a benefit. If you compare the non-turbo Kona to more than just its turbo sibling, the picture doesn't look so bleak. The subcompact crossover SUV segment is awash with fairly slow options, so it's not like the non-turbo is slower than most, it's just that the turbo is fairly quick. Same with fuel economy. For example, the Honda HR-V's and Mazda CX-3's most fuel-efficient models return 31 miles per gallon combined, just one above the front-drive Kona. The Toyota CHR only manages 29 miles per gallon combined, as does the Crosstrek, though the Crosstrek does it with all-wheel drive. Among American small crossovers, the Trax manages 28 with front drive, the Renegade can hit 26, and the EcoSport's best is a disappointing 24. And of these vehicles, the 2.0-liter Kona has more power than HR-V, CX-3, Trax and CHR, but slightly less than the Renegade, Crosstrek and the 2.0-liter EcoSport. The bottom line is the Kona is mid-pack in both punch and frugality.